It's quite funny to me that Laurie ended up being more hated than villains who literally kill some of our favorite characters. I mean, Negan bashed heads in, but still people love him more than Laurie. So why is that? How did this middle-aged wife, who's survived for roughly only 2 1/3 of a season of what is now 27 seasons in this universe, become one of the most hated characters in the whole show? And yes, 21 seasons is insane, but that's a whole other can of worms. First off, if you don't know, Laurie is of course our main guy Rick Grimes' wife, and they have a kid called Carl. Important info is also Rick has a best friend in the show called Shane, but most of you will notice, so let's get into the meat. Let's get it out the way immediately. Early in season 1, Laurie is seen busting it wide open for Shane to clap her cheeks. With Shane being Rick's best friend and Laurie being Rick's wife, that does not get her fan reputation off to a good start. And you might be asking yourself, what is Rick doing while this is happening? You see, Rick is in a coma, and it's actually never confirmed for how long he is, but most fans believe it to be 4 to 5 weeks. It's actually quite sad seeing some of the first episodes in this show, because you can clearly see how much Rick is going through to find his family. Meanwhile, Laurie is slowly warming up to Shane being Carl's new father figure and stuff like that. Is kind of sad. When Rick finally finds them, you can clearly see how absolutely flabbergasted Laurie is. She knows just how incredibly screwed she is, which is just quite funny to me. I really actually want to give credit to the actor here, because even though she acts happy Rick is back, you can clearly see guilt written all over her face, which is great. And to be honest with you guys, Laurie did the worst thing she could have done, no excuses, but I actually think she's fine for a lot of the first season onwards. She does tell Shane off, she tells him there's nothing between them anymore. We also learned that Shane told Laurie and truly believed Rick was dead, which to me give her a little free pass, or not a free pass, but it makes it a little better in my eyes, but still crazy off. But still, zombies are roaming free. Your husband has, in her head, died only 5 weeks ago, and you're already getting down and dirty with his best friend. It looks really bad on her. I feel like some very valid criticism that Laurie gets here is that she put all the blame on Shane. And don't get me wrong, he did break the bro code. Absolutely unforgivable. But it was equally both their faults, let's be honest. Now season 2 is where Laurie completely loses it for me and throws the whole idea of liking her character straight in the dumpster, which is crazy considering what she actually did in season 1. Here's the thing, in this season Laurie is pregnant and nobody knows whose child it is. Is it Rick's or is it Shane's? I'm led to believe that it's Shane's, or at least that's what I think it is. And since she's pregnant, she doesn't help with anything. No scouting, no guarding, no planning, and that's fine. She is pregnant. But what really grinds my gears is that she still has such a big say in almost anything and everything that's happening, despite doing diddly squat. She's doing diddly. She's doing nothing. Also, when she speaks this season, she just speaks in riddles. She never really communicates what she wants. This culminates in what I would consider the biggest flaw, and that's how she acts towards Rick and Shane. There's a specific dynamic here that confuses the hell out of everyone watching the show, I feel. Shane is in love with Laurie. He's losing his mind because of that, and of course some other stuff. Laurie knows this, but still gives him such mad hella signals, and it clearly fucks with his head and just adds fuel to the fire. In one scene, she will aggressively tell him to stay away, and then in the next scene, she will seek out for him, like emotionally talk to him. Then she will rely on him for protection sometimes, and then she will treat him as a threat another time. It's so all over the place. Shane, who is in this season in a clearly messed up state, has no clue how to he has no clue how to take these hints. He constantly believes there may be a chance because Laurie just keeps opening and closing that door on him. It's so stupid. There's also a random point where Laurie steals one of the cars and crashes it because there are not enough problems already. And then there's how she is with Rick. Rick is trying to lead, protect Carl, and keep the group alive. While that's happening, Laurie is questioning his decisions and just overall not really supporting him as much as you probably would have hoped to. All of this kind of culminates in the funniest moment of the show, where she decides to fuck shit up without any hesitation and without not needing to asshole. You see, in episode 9, Laurie tells Rick that Shane is a threat. She literally says, "You killed the living to protect what's yours. Shane thinks I'm his." She's basically egging Rick on to at least contemplate killing Shane at that point. But then, episode 12 is the moment, the magnus opus, the Laurie moment of a lifetime. Laurie sees Shane being chill, being good, just working on the windmill, being a good citizen, helping out. He's finally trying to calm down and let it be after a little scruffle with Rick out on the road. But Laurie simply could not find the urge to create a little drama and stir up the pot. So she goes over to Shane, who is just chilling out and working, mind you. First, she apologizes to Shane. She then thanks Shane for protecting them before Rick came back. She almost cries at this point. She tells him that she doesn't even know who the father is to the baby. She even almost implies that she believed what happened between her and Shane was real, in a little weird sentence that you could take how you want to, but it's still so weird. I think you can imagine how this pulls Shane right back in, even though he was just starting to work on being normal. Whatever that is in that world. He now believes that everything standing between him and Laurie is Rick because of that little move she just decides to pull right there. And we of course all know how that ends. And the cherry on top is that after Rick tells her that he killed Shane in self-defense, her reaction leaves a lot to be desired, to say the least. She is basically disgusted and pulls away from Rick, even though she more or less told him to do it, or at least gave him the idea, which it just makes no sense in anybody's head. Laurie is also in season 3, but here she barely does nothing. She poops out a baby and dies in the process. Even though we all absolutely love this outcome, she still proceeded to haunt Rick for a little bit, because even in death she's trying to pull the group down and create some drama, which I respect the grind. But then that's basically it. When Rick comes to terms with her being dead, some people think Laurie's written as a realistic wife and mother who makes mistakes, and honestly, I do get that. Humans are messy, but sleeping with your dead husband's best friend after only 5 weeks is diabolical, no matter what. It didn't look like that was the first time even, so it could be that she slept with him before that point. Also, unsafe sex in an apocalypse is just brain dead behavior. Like, it's more brain dead than the zombies walking around, and they have literally a dead brain almost. The way she maintains so much authority over both Rick and Shane in season 2, despite being one of the main causes of the problems, just cements that there's no way back for her in my mind. She played both sides and got shocked when it blew up. It just puts it in such bad light. But what do you think about Laurie? Do you think she's misunderstood, or do you dislike her as much as I do? Remember to like and subscribe if convenient for you, and bye bye.